What's going on, folks? Nate here at Tool Dyno Works. I'm on the dyno right now with our 25 MT-07 and our lead technician Derek here behind me, who's already working on the bike, because we are doing a back-to-back-to-back intake shootout today on the CP2 platform. We've got the Acra Carbon, again, the one with the big old loop there in the collector on the bike right now, and we just finished running it with the TST airbox, which we are about to swap out here for the Hordpower airbox. And then once we're done with that, we will also go ahead and swap out both of those for some velocity stacks that go directly onto the throttle bodies themselves from the guys over at Carbonsmith. We get asked a lot which intake is the best for these bikes, so once and for all, we're going to go ahead and settle that here real quickly today. I just finished the tuning for the Acra Carbon with the TST airbox installed. It made, we'll call that 76 horsepower, 75.94 horsepower, and 48 pound-feet of torque to the tire on pump gas with our custom ECU mapping in place to match the new airflow characteristics of that intake with the Acra Carbon system. So real quick, we'll go ahead and get that swapped out, because again, we're going to do this back-to-back-to-back sort of in real time, so there's not even an atmospheric variance from one part of the day to the next, so there can be absolutely no naysaying whatsoever about the results that we'll find here with this test. Alright, so we've gone ahead and just finished trimming the fueling needs of the bike for the Hordpower intake that we just installed. You can see here that Derek's now just pulling that off. And we're going to swap it out real quick for the Carbonsmith stacks with some MWR pod filters. Now, the Hordpower pretty much did exactly what I was expecting it to do. On this pipe combination with the prior generation bikes, it builds a little bit more power off the bottom, but doesn't flow quite as well up top as the TST airbox did. So obviously, when I saw the results here that I'll show you now, this is pretty much exactly what I expected to see. That box and filter material makes just a little bit more torque off the bottom, but then right around like 8,200 RPM, it just doesn't flow quite as well at the very top as the TST airbox does with the foam filter material. So between those two intakes, it's a bit of a toss-up. The Hordpower makes a little bit more power below 7,000 RPMs, like 1 or 2 horsepower and pound-feet of torque, just sooner than the TST intake does, which carries further out there at the top end. So between those two, in my personal opinion, it's a bit of a toss-up. But before we say which one is ultimately better one way or the other, let's go ahead and see what the Carbonsmith stacks do. And just so you can see what we're working with here, this is what the Carbonsmith stacks look like. They're literally just two giant pod filters with some short stacks or runners that go directly onto the throttle body themselves. And there's the Carbonsmith stacks, folks. 76, almost 77 horsepower and 47 and about 3/4 of a pound-foot of torque. That is one hell of a curve. Those Carbonsmith short stacks definitely pull further to the top, so let's overlay all three of the intakes with, again, perfect dialed-in tuning for each of them, and you guys can see for yourselves and choose which one you want to have on your new MT-07. And there you have it, folks. That is all three of them overlaid on top of one another. So run 18, the blue line there, where it carries furthest to the top is those Carbonsmith short stacks. Again, this is all with the Acra Carbon exhaust system installed and our custom ECU mapping to match. So run 18 to the short stacks. Run 8, the red line there, is the Hordpower intake, which does make more than any other right there through the mid-range. And then run 13 is that TST prototype intake they sent us for testing a while ago. That's a really tough call between the three of these, because obviously the Hordpower builds the torque sooner, but it falls off a lot more at the top than, say, like the Carbonsmith stacks do. Now, I've got to be honest, I'm a little surprised by the results, because on the prior generation bike, the old cable throttle bikes, that isn't exactly what I saw from the Carbonsmith stacks. Yeah, I saw the big top-end gain up there, but it robbed just as much as it gained off the bottom, and it doesn't do that on the new throttle-by-wire system, again, at least in my testing. I can assume that that's probably because we don't just slam the throttle bodies open with our custom throttle-by-wire mapping here. We do blend them in because we did take the time to figure out how quickly can we open them to build the most torque off the bottom. So we're not seeing those losses anymore with that system. Yeah, it doesn't make quite the same power through the mid-range that the Hordpower does, but overall, I actually think if it was my personal bike, that the Carbonsmith stacks are probably the way I would go. That is the best curve out of all three of them, and it carries the power all the way to the limiter and makes the most peak power, which is where this bike really suffers in comparison to a lot of the other twins bikes that are out there on the market. The way I look at this is I'm okay with losing that like 1.5 pound-feet of torque and horsepower when I'm gaining almost 5 up there. One other thing you want to take into consideration when you're picking between any of these intake kits is that most of them are using foam filters. That's obviously an MWR foam filter on the Carbon Smith stacks behind me, and the TST airbox is using a foam filter material, whereas the Hordpower is a oiled gauze filter. The oiled gauze filters have a massively longer service life. They can go thousands and thousands of miles without ever having to be touched, whereas I'm pretty sure the service life on this MWR filter material and the filter material that's on the TST airbox is like 8 hours. It's short. So you really need to stay on top of maintaining your filters on these if you want them to flow well and filter. And regardless of which of these intake kits you choose, they all flow so much better than the stock setup on these bikes that it's hilarious. This is our bike, bone stock. Run 14 is this last graph I've added here. And you can see with a proper exhaust and intake and tuning, it doesn't even look like the same bike. They make so much more power with a decent intake and exhaust system installed, and again, with appropriate tuning, that it's pretty funny to even look at the graphs and the comparison in this manner. In fact, if I just remove everything except for the stock run on our bike versus how it is now with the Carbon Smith stacks and the accurate carbon exhaust installed, that's an enormous gain. That is 13 horsepower at 9,800 RPM, which is a 20% improvement in top end power from just bolt-ons and tuning. So, that should settle the intake debate once and for all. There's all the data. Make your own decision. You can choose whatever intake you want and whatever exhaust system you want, because now that we have them all here, we'll be building intake and exhaust specific mapping for every combination you can possibly imagine, just like we did on the last generation bikes. So if you're looking to get your new MT-07 properly tuned and dialed in, go over to tooldynaworks.com, purchase our mail-in ECU flashing service, send it out to us. We will get it flashed for your specific setup and shipped right back out to you the very same day we receive it. And if you have any questions about one combination versus another, or tuning, or whatever it is on these new 25 MT-07s, do not hesitate to email us at support@tooldynaworks.com. I answer all technical support questions myself personally every single day that we are open, and I truly am always happy to help.